Hello, today we'll be talking about Eelektross, the final pure electric third stage Pokémon as of the filming of this. Being the final evolution of Dynamo, who evolves into Electric, who evolves when exposed to a Thunderstone. Mega Eelektross is the first Mega Evolution introduced in Legends ZA that we're talking about in this series. Its previous PYZ dates are October 22nd, 1997, August 12th, 2000, June 3rd, 2003, March 24th, 2006, January 12th, 2009, November 3rd, 2011, August 24th, 2014, June 14th, 2017, April 4th, 2020, and January 24th, 2023. I love the idea of an electric eel Pokemon. As I've mentioned over the last couple days, I don't understand why it's not part water type, as one would think that a Pokemon based on an electric eel would be, given that they live in water and need it to survive. As for Mega Eelektross, I love its design and think it's clever. I particularly like that the false electric look mostly like electric, but are mostly white, like Dynamo. When I first saw it in this image, I thought it looked like a weapon one might find in a SpongeBob SquarePants video game. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article.
Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Eelektross, the Elefish Pokemon, whose number is 0604. This is Eelektross, this is what it looks like. This is Mega Eelektross, this is what it looks like. Its type is electric, ability levitate. Gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 30 or 8.8%. Breeding is a group Amorphous, hatch time 20 cycles. As Eelektross, it's 6'11" or 2.1 meters, and 177.5 pounds, or 80.5 kilograms. As Mega Eelektross, it's 9'10", or 3 meters, and 396.8 pounds, or 180 kilograms. Its Megastone is Electrocyte. Base experience yields 232. Living grade is slow. EV yield is 3 in attack. Shape is that. Has no feet, so it has no footprint. Pokédex color is blue, and base friendship is 70. Eelektross is an electric type Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. It evolves from Electric. When exposed to a Thunderstone, it is the final form of Dynamo. Eelektross can Mega Evolve into Mega Eelektross using the Electrocyte. Mega Eelektross was introduced in Pokemon Legends ZA. Biology: Eelektross is an eel-like Pokemon that resembles a lamprey, having a prominent, red, jawless sucker for a mouth with 4 equidistant fangs. Its body is mostly dark blue, with only its underside and fins being beige. From its head extends a long tentacle-like limb with a sail-like fin, which tapers into an oval-shaped point. A similar sail-like fin is also present on the upper portion of its tail, and it has a pair of smaller fins on its underside. Its eyes are red with black pupils surrounded by yellow markings that resemble a large sclera. Its arms are long and rounded, ending with 3 claws surrounding a yellow and red target-like pattern on its palms. Eelektross has a pair of yellow spots on its torso and on each of its arms, which are its electricity-generating organs. Eelektross lives in the ocean, but crawls ashore in order to hunt. It latches onto prey with its sucker mouth and shocks them with its fangs before returning to the water, dragging its victim with it. Despite lacking proper legs, it is able to walk on land with the fins on its underside. Forms: Eelektross can Mega Evolve into Mega Eelektross. As a result of Mega Evolution, the electricity-generating organs on Mega Eelektross's torso and arms have become stronger and able of secreting electrified mucus. This mucus now fully coats its rear end and arms, extending their length and changing their color to a milky white. Particularly, the end of Mega Eelektross's arms have changed in shape, now morphologically resembling gelatinous electric. These have been referred to by scholars as false electric and comprise electric on the left arm and eritric on the right arm. While mostly white, each of the false electric have a red eye-like spot surrounded by yellow markings in a similar disposition to those in the main body, and a thick, circular red lip surrounding a bright yellow mouth. The false electric's mouth parts constantly open and close, alternating between a plus or minus symbol. Mega Eelektross has a more intricate yellow pattern around its eyes, even more yellow spots dotting its body, and yellow ridges on its fins. Its eyes also have a white semi-lunar fold and a black contour under them. Mega Eelektross generates 10 times the electricity it did before Mega Evolving, and directs most of it to the false electric, from where it can discharge it to stun even massive Pokemon such as Wailord. The false electric also grant it better stability while swimming, enabling it to move almost twice as fast than a regular Eelektross. Once Mega Evolution wears off, the mucus on Mega Eelektross's body melts away, but can be preserved through freezing. Some people use the preserved mucus for beauty regimens or strength training, although the extent of its benefits remains unknown. Mega Eelektross. Evolution. Eelektross evolves from Electric and is the final form of Tynamo. So, Tynamo, Electric, Eelektross. Game data, Pokedex entries in Gen 5, Black. They crawl out of the ocean using their arms. They will attack prey on shore and immediately drag it into the ocean. White. With their sucker mouths, they suck in prey. They use their fangs to shock the prey with electricity. Black 2 and White 2. It lashes onto prey with its sucker mouth, sinking in its fangs and shocking the prey with powerful electricity. In Gen 6, X is White's entry, Y is Black's entry, Omega Ruby is White and X's entry, Alpha Sapphire is White and Y's entry. In Gen 9, for regular Eelektross, Scarlet is Black, Y and Alpha Sapphire's entry. Violet is Black 2 and White 2's entry. Legend ZA is White, X, and Omega Ruby's entry. For Mega Eelektross in Legend ZA, it now generates 10 times the electricity it did before Mega Evolving. It discharges this electricity from its false electric, which are made of mucus. Eelektross in the Paldea Pokedex, so you can see it a little bit on the water near the shore. Eelektross in the Kitakami Pokedex, so you can see it on land near some water, that makes sense. Eelektross in the Blueberry Pokedex, so you can see it kind of standing in the cave here, you got a couple of them. Game locations, side game locations. Stats, base stats will compare regular Eelektross and Mega Eelektross, so HP 85, that stays the same. Attack 115, that goes up to 145. Defense 80, that stays the same. Special attack 105, that goes up to 135. Special defense 80, that goes up to 90. Speed 50, that goes up to 80. So this one has a total of 515, and this one has a total of 615. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, fighting poison, rock, bug, ghost, fire, water, grass, psychic, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to nothing, immune to ground. Resistant to flying, steel, and electric, all for half. Notes if gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball or affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The opponent has the ability Mold Breaker, Turbo Blaze, or Terravolt, or this Pokemon is affected by Gastro Acid, or this Pokemon's ability is replaced. The effectiveness of ground-type moves is 2, so go from 0 to 2. Learn set by leveling up in Scarlet and Violet, because you can hypothetically have a level 39. Eelektross will go down to 39. Never mind. And Legend ZA, same thing, will go down to level 39. So at level 39, it gets Charge, and it boosts at 42. At 44, it gets Thunderbolt, and boosts at 47. At 46, it gets Wild Charge, and boosts at 49. 48, it gets Zap Cannon, and boosts at 51. And at level 50, it gets Super Fang, which boosts at level 53. By TM, we're skipping for both games. By Bring, there's nothing. By Prior Evolution, so we also have 2 categories here for Scarlet and Violet and Legends ZA. So in Scarlet and Violet, Tynamo can give it Tackle, Tynamo and Electric can give it Spark, and Electric can give it Bind. In Legends ZA, there's nothing. Special moves in this event, it can get Dragon Claw, Eerie Impulse, and Electric Terrain. Side game data, you got Form data, Mega Evolution, Eelektross, Electrocyte, Mega Eelektross. Evolution data, Tynamo, level 39, Electric, Thunderstone, Eelektross. Sprites here, so like Electric, it's that sort of greenish color before becoming kind of the blue, we'll see later. And then the yellow spots also light up, that makes sense. Can have the spins being like feet, that's interesting. Green for the main body, for the shiny. Blue for the tan parts, lighter green for the yellow parts, and pink for the red parts. So the lighter green is kept from Electric. In Gen 6, get the models, where now it's all fish-like, or eel-like, I guess, kind of. Yeah, it's all stretched out, yeah. Of course, you got the darker colors, the completely different colors for the normal one, and the darker colors for the shiny. In Gen 7, even more straight looking, interesting. Well, that's probably just an animation. But otherwise, I don't think much else changes. Maybe the shape of this maybe changes. homes, you get these models. Animation, Eelektross in Pokemon the series, black and white. Got all this. Pokedex entries, I recorded this one in the anime section, so I'll let Ash's Pokedex read it.
Eelektross, the elephant Pokemon. Eelektross's mouth locks onto its opponents, whereupon it delivers an electric shock.
In the manga, Eelektross in Pokemon Adventures. In the TCG, trivia, I read these first 2 points in the Dynamo video. Eelektross's White, Black 2, White 2, X, and Omega Ruby Pokedex entries mention that Eelektross can use its fangs to shock its prey with electricity. Despite this, Eelektross did not learn Thunderfang until Gen 9. I read this 4th point and its sub-point in the Dynamo video. I read this final point in the Breloom video. Origin, Eelektross, and its pre-evolved forms are based on eels, perhaps specifically the electric eel, which is actually a type of knifefish, despite its name, with their blue and yellow color scheme resembling the ribbon eel. They may also be based on leeches. Eelektross and its evolutionary relatives also bear a strong resemblance to lampreys, known as Yatsume Unagi, literally 8-eyed eel in Japanese. Eelektross's four-toothed mouth may be based off of the oral disc of a lamprey, and the spots on its sides may be an allusion to a lamprey's gill slits. Its electric type may be an allusion to bioelectrogenesis. Additionally, its manner of moving in the air with an open mouth may be inspired by windsocks, perhaps specifically koinobori, a type of fish-shaped windsock flown to celebrate Children's Day in Japan. Mega Eelektross and the false electric it produces out of mucus may take inspiration from the hagfish, also known as slime eels, close relatives of lampreys known to produce copious amounts of viscous white mucus when agitated for self-defense. The alternating formations of fangs on its electric decoys, a plus and minus, may represent a state of flowing electrical charges between positive and negative. Name origin, Eelektross, may be a combination of eel, electric, and possibly boss or gross. Shibi Rudon may be a combination of Shibare, numbness, or Shibare Unagi, electric eel, and Dawn, Spanish for lord or dawn, common suffix in dinosaur names derived from the ancient Greek word for tooth. In other languages, for the false electric and the electric, as well as the right trick. Related articles, references, external links to the Mega Evolutions. Let's move on.
Since we watched the first scene in the anime featuring Eelektross in the Unpheasant video, let's watch the second scene in the anime featuring Eelektross.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 705, Battle for the Underground. In this episode, the main Team Rocket team, consisting of Jesse, James, and their talking Meowth, have captured a bunch of Pokemon, including the main character's Pokemon. They've put them in a subway car and they're driving it to the surface. And to try to reach them, the subway bosses, Emmett and Ingo, are gathering the main characters to catch up to the train, and they're using their rail car right now. Supercharged by Eelektross. And that is the second scene of Eelektross in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's see why other people love Eelektross. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. Those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain an Eelektross. This is Eelektross by Danny, my brother. So you've got this nice, kind of a little bit more simplified version of Eelektross on this background. This is Eelektross by Radium Ivan. You got this nice fan art of Eelektross here, rad. That's kind of fun. Very well done. This is Eelektross back by Bloxable, so it's just a frame from the back sprite of Eelektross in Gen 5. This is Eelektross Pokemon Render PNG by Insina Never Dies. We've got this nice image of Eelektross here. I don't know if it's an official image or something. Very well done. This is Watering the Eelektross by Zippy-Eelektross. Interesting. It's got this watering can watering this Eelektross, probably keep it moist. That's interesting. This is Eelektross Render by Tony Igo. I'm pretty sure this is just the Who's That Pokemon image from the anime. This is Team Om Nom by Lucid Jello. So we did this one in the Crocodile video, but we can do it again. So you've got the Eelektross up here floating next to, I guess, the trainer here. This sort of cat, anthropomorphic cat, army. It's got a Salandit on its shoulder. There's a Crocodile next to it, and a Gumshoos. Also a Dino, and a Mawile. This is Eelektross by Bloxables, so it's just a frame from the Gen 5 front sprite of Eelektross. This is Two Fellow Elects by Eelektross. So we did this one yesterday, but we can do it again. So we've got this Eelektross and this Electric here next to each other in the water. Very well done. This is Mega Eelektross by Eelektross. Got this nice fan art of the new Mega Eelektross here. Very well done. This is 0604 Shiny Eelektross by Bloxables. So we've got this alternate version of the official art with the shiny colors. Very well done. This is Eelektross stamp by J-Boys Delu. We've got a bunch of these stamps here. So we got this one, 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 and this one. This is One Happy Eelektross by Porion. So we got this nice, happy image of Eelektross. Yeah, very well done. This is 20,251,026 leaves by the letter W. So I think the numbers are actually a date, so I think it's December 26th, 2025. So we got Emmett, one of the subway bosses, in the fall leaves here with his Eelektross and Joltik. Very well done. This is PK, let's go Dyneformo by Xerafi. So we got this trainer here. His design is very much based on Eelektross here, and then the actual Eelektross. These are from 2025. Very well done. This is Mega Eelektross Gen 5 Pokemon Sprite by Retro NC. I got this, like, Gen 5 sprite version of Mega Eelektross here. Very well done. This is Majestuoso Eelektross by Vic Funes. So, you got this nice image of Eelektross here. Yeah, doing a bunch of electricity and little bubbles and stuff. Yeah, very well done. See for 2025. This is Front-Facing Eelektross by Zippy Delectross. I got this front-facing Eelektross. Loves you. That's kind of fun. Very well done. This is number 604, Eelektross by the adorable Oshawott. So you got this nice model of Eelektross here. Very well done. This is Eelektross Wyvern by Pinky X Neomorph 277. I got this interesting Wyvern version of Eelektross here. So Eelektross, Dragon Race, Winged Eel / Wyvern type, Electric, class title. Very interesting art here. This is Eelektross by Alas Hellcat. It's this nice, very colorful version of Eelektross here. Very well done. This is Ripley Reference by Peep Dream. So this interesting, very stylized fusion between Eelektross and Victory Bell, Leaf / Fin, and back of head. Very well done. This is May 29th, 2025, Grooving Sea by the letter W. So you got a couple images here. Guessing this is probably the final image with Emmett here dancing with his Eelektross. And this is the original sketch version. Very well done. So we've established earlier in the series, transformations don't count as the Pokemon appearing, so we'll stop here, even though we would anyway, since this is the last image on the page anyway, but let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I simply don't have time. Tomorrow I'll be talking about LGM. As always, this isn't my proper outfit, you'll see me tomorrow.